super important if you're planning on visiting or moving to the Philippines. You definitely are going to need to know the things that could get you blacklisted, or even worse, deported from the Philippines. Basically, don't be an idiot, okay? No, listen, there's actually a law though, for real, that says, and I think it's under the Philippine Immigration Act, right? Idiot or insane persons, right? Now, listen guys, you gotta understand, some of these laws were written a long time ago where what we would think would be a harsh title now for something, back then, that's how they talked or whatever. But this law still applies, you know what I'm saying? Idiot or insane person. Now, what does that mean? What it means nowadays in 2024 is don't be belligerent, right? Don't be a freaking idiot. Don't piss people off. You know, don't rub people the wrong way when you come here, because coming here to the Philippines is not a right. That's what you guys gotta understand. The people from the Western world come here, it's not a right, it's a privilege. Just like any other country that you go to, right? And immigrations makes it very clear in their laws and bylaws that a foreigner coming here is a privilege, not a right, right? So don't come here and act like the place is yours, because it ain't. You are still a visitor. Idiot or insane person, that's a pretty harsh title for a law, but at the same time, you know, if you fast forward it to 2024, it might even mean like extremely mentally ill people, you know what I'm saying, that might be a danger to themselves or other people. They could use this law against you even if you're somewhere being belligerent. Oh man, I want my way. You better hurry up, move out of my way. This line is too long, blah, 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 blah. And everybody's just looking at you like, dude. Yeah, they can use that law against you, okay, and blacklist your or deport your, okay? So that's something you gotta think about, right? Don't be belligerent. Don't act crazy when you come here, because if you act crazy, what's gonna happen? They're gonna think you're crazy, okay? And they don't want that here in their country. Reputation of the Philippines. Criticizing the Filipino government or its people in a way that could tarnish the country's reputation could lead to blacklisting or deportation. The Philippines is deeply concerned about its national image, okay, and the dignity of its people, right? There's been vloggers, okay, and you know about this, Queenie, there's been foreign vloggers that come here, right, and get to talking about the Filipino government, get to talking about, you know, how messed up it is, and, you know, just talking crap, right, about the Philippines. And guess what happens to a lot of them, right? They get blacklisted, they get deported. So you gotta understand your place. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can have some of those conversations in the privacy of your own home, but if you're doing it in public, especially on platforms like YouTube and stuff like that, dude, people see that. Thousands of people see that. That affects, believe it or not, the way people in the world look at the Philippines. And the Philippines has already got, you know, some stereotypes about it that we are trying to break. And I say we because I look at myself as a Black Pinoy, because I've immersed myself into this awesome country and I love it. My children are half Filipino, okay? And I've made a life here. So I'm with the kababayan. So I say we don't want anybody to come here and tarnish the reputation of the Philippines that we're still trying to build up. You understand? And so, just like I said, a lot of vloggers that come here and do that, they're doing that for clicks. They're doing that, you know, for, oh my God, did he really say that? That's what they're doing. Okay, now, guess what? Your video probably did get a, oh my God, but guess what else you got? Blacklisted. Because you talking about a place that is not your home. You know? Anything that you want to say about the Filipino government, yeah, look, no government on this planet is perfect. All governments on this planet have problems and have issues that they're trying to work out. You got good people and bad people in every field, okay? But it's not your place as a foreigner to, and I know like some foreigners may say, well, that's not fair. I should be able to say what I want to say. Well, you can't say what you want to say, okay? That's a law, right? Per the law, you will be seen as what they say, quote unquote, undesirable, right? And if it's been known that you've been saying bad things, you know what I'm saying, about the Philippines, about the way it is, about the government and all that stuff like that, before you even get through the gate, you could be blacklisted. They could already have your name on a list like, nah, he talks shit about our country all the time, blacklisted, turn back around, you can't come in. Oh, but wait a minute, it was just a YouTube video, it was just bye. Denied. You understand? Be respectful, man, of people and their home. Seriously, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't stress that enough. So something else you gotta understand as a foreigner traveling to the Philippines or moving to the Philippines is the Philippines has a very religious and modest culture that foreigners need to respect to avoid legal or social issues, right? In America, we show affection to our mate openly in public, especially where I come from in Virginia. Matter of fact, Virginia's saying, right, is Virginia is for lovers, right? You see people on the pier tongue kissing. You see people at the bus stop hugging, fondling, tongue kissing, acting crazy, right? In the Philippines, you don't see that, right? Showing affection in open areas or, you know, anywhere besides your private domain, right? You could get in trouble for that, believe it or not. That's why you don't see people in the Philippines just in the streets tongue kissing and doing all this stuff, because once again, the Philippines is a modest, conservative culture. They believe all of that stuff, right, is for the privacy of your own home, right? And rightfully so. I can understand this law. You know, some countries are just a little more strict than others when it comes to things like this, but the Philippines, they consider that a public display of affection. Now look, you ain't gotta be like, when you see somebody you know or something, you're like, hi, how you doing? No, you can give them a hug and say, hey, what's up, man? You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. But they're talking about passionate stuff like, you know, between you and your mate, y'all kissing and fondling and touchy-feely, oh, baby. No, you don't see people doing that in the Philippines. That's just their culture. This even includes dressing modestly, right? Now, of course, in the Muslim community, the women have to cover their body. The women have to, you know, wear the face veil. But even if you're not in the Muslim community, even in the Catholic community, or whatever your religion is here in the Philippines, they want you to dress modest. You know what I'm saying? You know, like in America, especially like in California and stuff like that, dude, women just walk down the street with bathing suits on, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it is what it is. Every culture is different or whatever, you know, or with their body all exposed, you know what I'm saying? Wearing stuff where the bottom of their butt cheeks are hanging out, or they're showing cleavage, you know, tons of cleavage and stuff like that or whatever, whatnot. Look, in the Philippines, they would consider that to be, you know, too much. That's OA. As we say, OA is overacting, you know what I'm saying? Like OA, don't be OA, okay? Right? They want you to dress modestly. Now, for a woman, when you come to the Philippines, you can still, you know, dress, you know, nice and sexy and everything like that, but within, you know, limitations of being modest. Okay, I don't know if that makes sense. I know to, you know, people from the Western world, they're like, oh, well, it's my body, it's body shaming and all this stuff like that. Look, this ain't your country. They want you to dress modest and to act modest here, right? Even Filipino movies, I always joke, Queenie, like Filipino movies don't have a lot of sex in them like that. You know what I'm saying? In American movies, I mean, they're almost like regular American movies, semi-porn. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like 20 sex scenes and all that. No, the Philippine movies are a little more conservative. They're more about the romantic aspect of a relationship, you know, and the courting, you know what I mean? And the things that they go through, the ups and downs, am I right? It ain't full of sex like American TV shows or movies, okay? Because they have a more conservative and modest approach towards life, right? That don't mean ain't nobody having sex in the Philippines, because you see all the kids popping up all over this place. That lets you know, hey, people are getting down out here. But they do it in the privacy of their own homes, right? They don't display it publicly. It ain't all over the place. It ain't all over the internet. It ain't all over the shows. It ain't all over the movies. It's conservative. So that's something that, you know, you need to respect when you hear, because it could get you blacklisted if you get caught doing that too much. You gotta be chill. You gotta be conservative and modest. Now, another one that will get you blacklisted before you even get into the country, right, is if you are afflicted with a dangerous and or contagious disease. Now, I mean, this is not just talking about COVID or whatever. This is if they, you know, find out that you have any kind of disease going on like that, that could spread throughout the communities that you're going to be visiting and that you're going to be going to. It's public safety, man. You know what I'm saying? If you had a country that's trying to build themselves up, that's already, you know, under the poverty line, you don't want an outbreak in a country like that, because it's going to be hard to bounce back. So yes, they are strict on, you know, people having contagious diseases. Yes, they were very strict during COVID. Okay, and me, I kind of was happy that they were so strict at the time, right? Because, you know, she's pregnant. At this time, you were pregnant with Marshawn during COVID, right? She's pregnant, you know what I'm saying? We gotta make sure that we're being safe health-wise or whatever. And this is actually a law, dude, under the Philippine Immigration Act to ensure public safety and health. We're not just talking COVID, we're talking stuff like tuberculosis, hepatitis, okay, and other contagious things. Because see, COVID ain't the only thing out there that's contagious. There's a lot of other reasons why you will get blacklisted, okay, that you will be surprised. Like, oh, I mean, you say, oh, my tuberculosis is not contagious. Yes, it is contagious, man. Don't nobody want that, okay? Stay your ass where you at, okay? Because they ain't gonna let you in. I'm just telling you now. Foreigners making inflammatory statements about the Philippines in any kind of way can be blacklisted, okay? Now, Filipino people, this is their country. They are natives of the country. They can say whatever they want. They have the right to say what they want to say about their country, but a foreigner has limited, okay? I'm not saying you can't speak out if somebody is hurting you or your family or whatever. Oh, by all means, speak out. But as far as, you know, talking about the Philippines and, you know, maybe like I said earlier, talking about the government and all that stuff like that, no, your freedom of speech is limited when it comes to those things. You don't have the same rights as a Filipino born here and that is a citizen, right? You don't have the same freedom of speech rights as they do. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's just a law. So don't find yourself in a messed up situation because you running your mouth too much. Okay? Shut the up when you come to the Philippines about the Philippines if it's something negative, right? I go back to something that my mom used to tell me all the time, you know, in this situation, okay, if you're a foreigner in the Philippines, if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say it at all. Don't say it at all. Because you will get blacklisted if they find out how you're talking, okay? And this is just, I'm giving advice to people that are planning to come here. You need to know these things. You need to know that all the crap that you talk or whatever in America, whatever, okay, that's fine. But when you come here, zip it, right? If you want to have a smooth, happy life here, these are things that you should avoid doing. I don't talk about the government. I don't talk about politics because it's not my place. And I know many people want me to talk about that. I even see it in the comments. Hey, talk about what's going on here in the Philippines. Talk about what's going on there in the Philippines. No, you ain't gonna get my channel taken down. Damn. You know what I'm saying? I ain't stupid. I know the laws. And if you're gonna come here and you're gonna move here, you need to know these laws. It's important. Another one that will get you blacklisted real quick before you even get in the country, right, is backdoor entries and fake IDs, okay? Now, a lot of people come to third world countries or foreign countries, or let's not even call it third world country, developing countries, right? And they get these people called fixers, right? And what a fixer does is take care of things for you, sometimes illegally. Maybe they get documents for you. Maybe they, get you bumped up in the line by doing bribes or doing any little scandalous stuff like that, right? Avoid it. Stay away from it. A fake ID, really? You come into a foreign country with a fake ID, something up with you. I mean, you running from something, or you don't want your real name to be known by anybody or something like that. Now, there are some fake IDs and passports that look really, really real, right? That passed a lot of tests back in the days. But nowadays, the Philippines has these little kiosks, and you have to put the passport through the kiosk, and it actually does laser scans on these things, and there are certain encryptions that are in real passports that this machine will pick up, right? And if your passport is fake, it's gonna beep, 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 and you're gonna be looking around like, oh damn, I'm caught, I'm screwed. Yeah, you screwed. And you're gonna be blacklisted. You're not gonna get in. So have your paperwork correct. Come correct, come with your real ID, right? If your name ain't good in the world, then, you can't come into the country. You know what I'm saying? If when they run your ID or run your passport or something, red flags come up, then it is what it is. You can't come in here. Don't try to come in here with no fake, because they're gonna recognize it and they're gonna blacklist you, dude. Anti-photo and video of acts of voyeurism. Now, what does that mean? That's a long, title, right? But under the Voyeurism Act of the Philippines, Act RA 9995, prohibits the recording, reproduction, or distribution of intimate photos without consent. Don't be down here trying to be a little player or whatever, and you got a whole bunch of Filipino girlfriends or whatever, and you sitting there secretly recording them, right? And you sharing it with your friends on the internet and all this, like, yeah, look at all these Filipinas I got. You know what I'm saying? You're sharing somebody's intimacy with you. You know what I'm saying? That's very shameful to people with a culture that is, once again, like I said, modest. Right? That's considered very shameful. So for us, like in America or Western countries or whatever, you make little, quick porns of what you're doing, and or you show your body, pics and stuff like that to your whoever you're talking to or whatever, and they make it shared on the internet and stuff like that. They don't play that out here in the Philippines at all. You share some, one of the women here, like, if she sent you, say she sent you an intimate video or something like that, you share that in any kind of way, even through Messenger. Trust me, you think Messenger is private? Messenger is monitored, dude. All this stuff is monitored, right? And if they find out that you're doing it, you could get blacklisted. You could get deported, because that's straight up disrespect. Now, if there is consent, like if you and the person are really making a production, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. There's a industry for that or whatever, so that's different. But if it's without the person's consent, and this shouldn't just be in the Philippines, this should just be worldwide. That's just rude, it's disrespectful to that woman or to that man. If a woman does it, you know what I'm saying? To either gender, is disrespectful, and you shouldn't be doing that, okay? But per law, that can get you blacklisted here. This law applies to Filipinos and foreigners because it aims to protect individuals' privacy and dignity. That's a key word, dignity, right? Reputation and dignity is of the utmost importance here in the Philippines, okay? So, with a conservative culture like this, the women don't want to be looked at in that way. Yeah, they want to satisfy their mate, and they will, trust me, satisfy their mate in every single way. But they don't want the world to see them doing that. They don't want the world to see their body. Be respectful, man. And that's all this is really about. It comes down to being respectful. Well, two things. Don't be an idiot and be respectful. Just learn from this video, learn from other videos that are like this, and avoid any actions that, could cause legal repercussions against you. Just be a good person, be a law-abiding person when you come here, and you will have a great time here in the Philippines, right? Right here, there's a video of cultural norms, right, that you need to know. Things that you should not do when you come to the Philippines. So I'll see you there. And until then, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that shit. I'm outie.